Think of a baby learning to walk. The kid doesn't collapse on its first step and say, well, walking isn't for me. Guess I'll just crawl forever. No, the baby iterates. Step, fall, feedback, adjust. Neural wiring, until eventually walking is effortless. That's iteration in action. Iteration is like sharpening a blade. Scrape after scrape, stroke after stroke. Each pass takes off a fraction of dullness, until the sword could split hairs. That's your life, your skills, your mind, if you commit to iteration. But if you resist it, if you say, I tried once, it didn't work, screw it, then you're like a farmer who plants seeds once, sees a drought, and then curses the earth forever. That's not just lazy, it's suicide in slow motion. Big picture, iteration is evolution itself. Species don't leap from bacteria to human in one shot. They grind through 1 billion tiny experiments, discarding what fails, keeping what works. You're alive because of iteration, stacked on iteration. Millions of generations deep. Now chunk down. When you write a text to someone you care about, you don't always nail it on the first draft. You backspace, rephrase, tweak emojis. That's micro-iteration. When you cook, you taste, add salt, stir, iteration. Even when you scratch your ass, adjust position, scratch again. You're iterating until the itch is solved. See, you already do this shit unconsciously. Let's bring in values. Why do you iterate? Because you value progress. Because you value mastery. Because you value not being a stuck little shit who repeats the same mistakes without learning. You don't want to waste your life repeating the same mistake over and over with no improvement, right? Because your nervous system screams for growth. And the only way to honour that value is to embrace iteration consciously, deliberately, fiercely, until failing feels less like rejection and more like sculpting marble, chisel by chisel, strike by strike. So are you afraid? You fear iteration because you fear judgment. You think, what if I look stupid? What if they see me fail? Newsflash, everyone sees you fail anyway. The difference is whether you evolve from it. The karma of avoiding iteration is stagnation, a rotting swamp of unexpressed potential. The karma of embracing iteration is flow, constant refinement, constant rebirth. Neuroplasticity is iteration in your skull. Each attempt fires neurons. Each failure prunes useless pathways. Each adjustment strengthens the circuits that work. Iteration literally rewires your brain hardware. Evolutionary biology, same deal. DNA iterates every generation. That's why you get opposable thumbs and not gills. Technology, every iPhone, every AI model, every rocket launch, iteration stacked on iteration. No iteration, no innovation. A block of marble looks like shit until iteration chisels away everything that isn't the statue. The blacksmith, hammer, heat, cool, repeat. Without iteration, the metal stays brittle. The gamer, you die in the level, restart, die again. Adjust strategy, iterate until you beat the boss. That's life in disguise. The relationship. First date awkward. Iterate. Adjust humour, timing, listening. You don't marry at the first hello. You iterate intimacy. Iteration is failure. No. Failure is iteration's fuel. But I should get it right the first time. No, only if you're trying to stay mediocre forever. Masters iterate. Iteration takes too long. Not iterating costs you your entire life. So imagine now your unconscious already knows how to iterate. You breathe. Your lungs iterate oxygen intake thousands of times a day. You blink. Iterate moisture across your eyes. You dream. Iterate simulations until you wake wiser. And as you hear this, as you feel this truth land in your bones, your unconscious decides, iteration isn't just something I do. It's who the fuck I am. You are iteration walking, a living feedback loop, a divine algorithm that never stops improving unless you stop it. If you don't iterate, you stay stuck in shitty jobs, repeating the same failed relationships. You die with potential intact, like a seed never planted. If you do iterate, skills compound, confidence grows. Life becomes a staircase, not a hamster wheel. Iteration is learning. It's growth. It's evolution. It's fucking survival. Every fear, every hesitation, every limiting belief about iteration collapses the second that you realize you're already iterating unconsciously. The only choice is whether you do it deliberately or by default. So here's the truth smack. You can live like a coward, terrified of trying again, rotting in the comfort of one attempt. Or you can live like nature, like science, like a relentless motherfucker who harnesses life into shape with each swing, each attempt, each iteration. Choose iteration or get left behind. Because iteration, it's not optional. It's the engine of existence.